Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody, depending on which part of the world you are in. My name is Benjamin, and uh, I'm here to share my thoughts on uh, a phenomenon that I feel would liberate us financially and give us the freedom and ability or ease that we need in life. Cryptocurrency trading or cryptocurrency is is the way forward. The world is going digital and it's going fully digital, and cryptocurrency cannot be overemphasized. If you want a place where you could make money easily by actually trading um, cryptocurrencies, there's no other place than exchange. So in the first episode, we spoke about a lot of things. We explained what Bitcoin was. We explained what cryptocurrency is. We spoke about Bitcoin in details a bit by letting you know how it's grown over the years. And today I want us to do something. If you're watching, just take your phone and type in what is the best, what is the best performing asset of the decade. So I'm typing in what is the best performing asset of the decade. So I'm going to ask Google what the best performing asset of the decade is. Look at what comes. Do you see what comes? Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the best performing asset of the decade. It's grown by God knows how much. It's grown by over, last time I checked, it had grown over, is it 8,000? No, 8.9 million, 8.9 million percent. There's no asset in just this last decade, no asset that has done that except Bitcoin. Today, I want us to go a bit deeper. Today, we are going to talk about the blockchain. I won't really focus on the blockchain much because I want to jump into straight practicals where we will actually learn how to trade and all that. I want to jump into that. So today, the blockchain, I won't really stay there for long. I'll just pretty much brush through and all that. So what is blockchain? When we say blockchain, what is blockchain? So blockchain simply means a chain of servers or a chain of computers. Simply, simply a chain of computer servers around the world that are connected to each other, and they actually um, work hand in hand with each other for a particular purpose. It is basically data. So when data is connected, when this data is connected to this data, is connected to this data, it forms a chain. So basically, that is blockchain. Blockchain is a digital, ever growing list of data records. Basically, Bitcoin runs on the blockchain. There are other, every cryptocurrency runs on its blockchain, on some other bigger current cryptocurrencies blockchain. Because of the nature of the blockchain and how secure it is, meaning that if you do something, if you try to, because it's linked, it's like a chain. If you try to alter information on this part, it will show on all the other parts. So the other people would know that you are trying to mess with this information and it will not be allowed. That level of security is what encouraged even criminals to jump on board with their money laundering. And somebody will say that, oh, Bitcoin is evil, is used to launder money, and is this, and is that, and is that. I want to ask, what in this world does not have a negative aspect? The thing that is used to launder money the most is money itself, dollars, cedis. That is what is laundered. But that never stopped anybody from spending money. So why would you think that Bitcoin being used by criminals should make you stop if the good part of it is what you are in for? Some people use water for bad reasons, use fire for bad reasons. That doesn't stop you from bathing or using fire to cook. So you can't say that because criminals are using Bitcoin for their illicit purposes, Bitcoin in itself is bad. Money is the most laundered thing in the world, but we have banks. Are banks illegal? But they control the highest forms of monies. So that is lame. Moving on. Bitcoin, as I said yesterday in the first episode, it is a store of value. So store of value is an asset that when you invest in, it appreciates in value. It does not depreciate. And one of the reasons why Bitcoin does not depreciate is the fact that, and today I'm going to teach that. I'm going to teach why Bitcoin is increasing and why it would continue to increase. Bitcoin is deflationary. What that means is, instead of being printed more or being mined, we mine Bitcoin, being mined more, the all-time access or supply of Bitcoin is 21 million Bitcoin. And currently we've mined over 18.5 million, around 18.9 now, million Bitcoin has been mined. So it's left with little over 2 million to 3 million Bitcoin to be mined ever. Because it is limited, it is deflationary, unlike money, which is inflationary. Because anytime that, hold on, bro, please, I'll come back. Okay. Right. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm in a hotel and they are disturbing me. Okay, let's move on. Yes, because it is deflation, money is inflationary. It means that anytime that you go, sorry, that's my train of thought. Yes, anytime that there's an issue or there's shortage, they can print more money, and the more they print money, the less value it has. So, for example, if I was using money to buy this, if I was using, let's say, 1,000 cedis to buy this, and I'm going to use money today to disclaimer, the money is not for showing off, it's not for what you call it, showing off or putting pressure on anybody. Is purely for educational basis. This whole video is for educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. It's purely for educational purpose only. So let's say this particular phone, I want to buy this phone, and I have to go with, let's say, this amount. So 100, 200, 300. So this can buy this phone. Now, when they print more of this money, it means that there is now more in the system, but this product is still the same. It has not gone anywhere. So because there's more in the system and the product remains the same, the value of this becomes less. So we will need more of this to buy this. So because this is printed more, we would need more of this to get the value of this. So now I have to add another 100. So first it was 300, but now when I'm going to buy 100 200, 300, 400. Now I have to use 400 cedis to buy this. That is inflation. So when that happens, this loses its value over time. So why would you save or invest in this when it loses value? That is why people do investments, stock, bonds, treasury bills, all that. But that gives very little, what do you call it, profit. But it's good. I'm not speaking against it. It's good. But in the crypto world, most of the coins and most of the cryptocurrencies are deflationary, meaning that they have a limit of supply and we cannot go beyond that supply. So the supply that is always in circulation is lower than the demand. And when the demand is higher than the supply, the price goes up. And when the value goes up, because you bought shares in that particular coin, when the value goes up, your share goes up with it. So for example, if Bitcoin, you put 200 cedis in Bitcoin, and at that time one Bitcoin, let's say, was 200 cedis, and now it is 300 cedis. Now because you put 200 cedis in it, the percentage increase affects your shares and your investment. So now 100 will be added. When you are going, you have 300 cedis to withdraw. The reason why cryptocurrency that's one of the reasons, is deflationary, is limited in supply. Not all of them, but the main ones like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, the main ones are deflationary. They burn. The ones that is either it has limited supply or they burn some at the end of the day, so that when burn is they destroy it so that it's little in supply or in circulation. So that's that. Another reason why cryptocurrency has value is that most of the coins are actually solving problems on the blockchain. So these blockchains are structured or created to solve world's problems we have in the world, like how when you're buying your land, healthcare, gaming, infrastructure, elections, governance, banking. It depends on the problem the blockchain is solving. So when companies come on board and say that, oh, we can solve this problem, and they begin to solve the problem with their blockchain, investors come to their aid and invest more in that business. When they invest more in that business, what happens is the value of that business or company grows. Now, for you to be able to invest in that business yourself, you need to buy a token or the cryptocurrency of that company. So they tokenize their shares so that you can go and buy their shares, so that when they gain value, you gain value too. That is where cryptocurrency comes in. So a company like Cardano starts, and Cardano has made money. We will go there. If you had invested $100 in Cardano last year, by this time, today you would have had $2,300. If you had invested $100 in Cardano, today you would have $2,300. If you had invested $1,000, you would have around $23,000. Yeah. In February alone, from January and February beginning to now, Cardano has moved from 30 cents to today is trading at, let me check. It's trading at let me go and check my Cardano. ADA. So the name is ADA, ADA. ADA is trading at $1.20. So if you had bought Cardano when it was 30 cents. For it to move from 30 cents, to 60 cents is 100%. From 30 cents to 90 cents, 200%. From 30 cents to 120 cents, 300%. So if you had bought it 30 cents, you would have had 300% growth. February alone, Cardano has grown over 190% to 250%. Meaning that if you had put $1,000 in Cardano, in February alone, you would have 2,500 plus. And I have my portfolios to show. Plus. There are other coins like Cocos, like Aave, hundreds of cryptocurrencies that you can invest in. So the work they are doing in the space that they are in determines the level of value that they would have with their investors and with people that jump on board. If you are invested in something that the market cap of is over $500 billion, then you should know that the people that believe in it are more than you and your small money. Bitcoin is worth its market cap, total market cap, is worth over $900 to $1 trillion. 900 billion to $1 trillion. Think about that. That is more than the GDP of Africa, whole of Africa. It's more than our GDP. That can take care of Africa, and we won't have to even work. Bitcoin has what do you call it? Overtaken a lot of companies in terms of market cap. Overtaking Visa, Facebook, overtaking all of them in terms of market cap. Bitcoin. One of the other reasons why it gains value is the adaptation or the interest that corporate organizations and certain countries have in it. So, because it is limited in value, if a company wants it in high supply, it means that they will be buying more from the miners, and they will be buying from people that sell. So basically, this is how the trading business goes, or the trading method is. If I have Bitcoin, I buy Bitcoin. That is green. It's green. I've bought it. When I keep it and it gains value and I sell it, it's red. Hold on. Maybe. Why? Yeah. Hello? Yeah. So if I buy it, and this hotel, they are bothering me. Oh God. Anyway, if I buy it and I keep it, when I'm reselling, when the value has gone up, that is red. So buy is green, red is sell. So when a lot of people buy, the price goes up. Then people buy and the price goes up. When people sell, the price goes down. These companies would want you to sell to them because they know the value way more than you know. And if you think that is a scam, PayPal is on board. PayPal is the largest private financial transactionary company in the world. PayPal has over 340 million users. PayPal has adopted Bitcoin and some cryptocurrencies. I think Bitcoin, they are moving to Litecoin. I think they have done Ethereum, but it's Bitcoin that I'm very sure of. PayPal, 20% of its users are on PayPal. are on Bitcoin, buying and selling Bitcoin amongst themselves in PayPal. 20% of 340. That is around 62 or something, 60 something million users. 60. That is 2 to 3 times the population of Ghana on PayPal alone, with the demand of Bitcoin. Square, Cash App has adopted Bitcoin. Grayscale has adopted Bitcoin. Old Mutual Trust, one of the biggest trusts in the world, has adopted Bitcoin. JP Morgan, one of the biggest investment firms in the world, believes in Bitcoin, and they are going to allocate percentage of their money in Bitcoin. Russia has legalized Bitcoin to be an asset for people to actually own. Canada has done the same thing. It's US that is doing funny things, but even them, they can't stop it. AT&T is on board. Apple is going to be on board through BitPay. Apple is going to be on board. Starbucks is on board. Benfica, the team Benfica is on board. A lot of companies are on board. Tesla has bought 1.5 billion shares in Apple, used 5.5 billion of their money. Elon Musk, the richest person in the world, and sometimes the second richest person in the world, invest in Bitcoin. Billionaires invest in Bitcoin. So if you think that these billions of dollars being pumped into Bitcoin and you still think it's a scam because you are going to invest 5,000, 10,000 cedis, 20,000 cedis, and you think it's a scam, I don't know what to tell you. I honestly don't know what to tell you. So when all these companies, blue chip companies, giants, corporate giants are invested in Bitcoin, they need a supply. So their need for the supply jumps the price. And when it jumps the price, you that invested at a lower price gains value. And these companies and whales, people that buy in higher amounts in certain countries, these people need it in large quantities, millions and billions of dollars. So imagine the future of Bitcoin. Now, why does the price come down sometimes? It's a market. A lot of these people that buy and gain value want to sell. Sometimes you have a lot of people selling and they are way more than the people buying. You get it? Sometimes too, some people that have bought a lot want to sell or liquidate to gain income or get money, physical money to spend on whatever they want to spend on. In those periods, the market goes down. But it doesn't mean that it will stay down, because the same way they sold, other people will come and buy what they sold. For them to be able to sell means that someone has bought. Listen very carefully. Because they sold, it came down. But you should know that the only reason why they were able to sell was because someone bought. And it is the buying that takes it up. So whenever it goes down, don't ever think it will stay down, because it didn't go down because it got destroyed. It went down because someone sold. But the only reason why the person was able to sell is because someone bought. Sometimes these companies want to buy at a lower price than the market price. So some of these companies will invest millions to put news out there to cause panic selling. So panic selling is when people begin to sell out of fear that maybe it's going to crash or maybe there's a bad news. It is most of the time orchestrated by these big companies. Right now we are in the bear market. We're still in the bull market, but it's bearish a bit. Bitcoin has fallen from its all-time high of $58,000 to $44,000. We've cleared close to $14,000 from Bitcoin. And a lot of people are panicking and are selling. The same time you are selling yours because it's gone down and you are scared, It's the same time that PayPal is buying. It's the same time that Grayscale has bought over $90 million. It's the same time that a Dubai businessman is ready to buy $4.8 billion. It is the same time that Square Cash App is buying. So the time you sold, when they let the news get into people's head and new investors or traders that have, we call them, um, oh, there's a word we call them in the cryptocurrency, paper hands. Paper hands. So we have diamond hands and paper hands. Paper hands are people that easily get scared and they sell. When you sell, rather than keeping or hodling, not holding, but we call it hodling, rather than hodling, what happens is you sell to people that will buy. Because for you to sell, someone is buying, and you lose out when it goes up. If you had held Bitcoin, let's say you had put in 20,000 dollars or cedis, sorry, you had put 20,000 cedis in it in March last year, and you had kept it in it from March last year, you would have had nothing less than 120,000 cedis today in less than a year. Yes, no joke. No joke. One Bitcoin March was $6,000. You can Google it, 6,000 plus in March. Today, one Bitcoin, it went up to 58,000. So when you had, if you had sold yours when it was at $58,000 and you had bought one Bitcoin $6,000, you would have made $52,000 as profit. In cedis, let me take that money in cedis. $52,000 in cedis. That is $298,914 cedis. That is 2.9 over 2.9 billion old Ghana cedis. And 6,000 would have been around 350 million old Ghana cedis. 35,000 Ghana cedis. And yet you are still sitting there thinking that cryptocurrencies has come. You have no knowledge of it. That's the thing about black people. And we put it into religion. You have no knowledge of it. You've not read any article. You've not read any white paper. You've not read any research about it. Yet you say that, oh, it's a scam. It's illegal. It is this. It is fraud. It is this. On which basis? That is even in Ghana, even black people that are rich, they continue being rich. Oh, we're cocaine. Oh, we're fraud. Oh, we're sikadru. You will never calm down, humble yourself to do your due diligence to know that this is what is the secret of this person's success. Speculations. That's not the way to go. Do your own research. Do your own research. If cryptocurrency were fake, if the major cryptocurrencies were fake, these companies that I had mentioned earlier would not jump on board. Are we bigger than PayPal, which is worth over billions? Are we bigger than Facebook that is now launching? I think they've even launched it, or they're about to launch it. Their cryptocurrency called Libra. Are you bigger than Tesla, investing $1.5 billion? Are you bigger than Microsoft, than AT&T? So on what basis? The last point I would give, then we will end today's lesson. One of the other reason why Bitcoin is going to go up, even at this point, we are looking at Bitcoin finishing this year with over $100,000 in value. One Bitcoin. Yeah. Last year, I predicted in my circle, my friends, people that know me, that one Bitcoin was going to finished the first quarter of the year with over $50,000. We did $58,000 in February. And I'm predicting again. Why? This is why. The market cap of gold is $9 to $10 trillion. Gold is the highest store of value in terms of trade in this world. There's diamond, whatever, but in terms of trade, in terms of commerce, gold is the store of value that we choose. Gold is that in the physical world. In the digital world, yes, Facebook has already launched Libra. Great. In the digital world, we need a similar store of value, hence Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a digital gold, so to speak. If gold in this physical world is $9 to $10 trillion, and the digital world is the future, meaning that the digital world's gold should also have the value of the physical world's gold. Now, gold is 10 trillion, 9 to 10 trillion. Let's make it 10 trillion. So 10 trillion. Bitcoin is now 900 billion, 1 trillion. So let's make it 1 trillion. So for Bitcoin to have the value of gold in the digital world, it needs to do 10 times its current value now. Follow me. So if Bitcoin is $1 trillion and gold is 10 trillion, for Bitcoin to be like gold, it needs to do 10 times to be 10 trillion. If Bitcoin is $50,000, I'm just rationalizing and making it a rounded number. Because now it's 44,000, but it will definitely come to 50,000. Because it's been at 50,000 for a while, even more than 50 to 58,000. So averaging 58,000 and 44,000, 50,000 thereabout. So if gold is 10 trillion, that's the market cap. And the market cap of gold and Bitcoin is 1 trillion at 50,000 per one Bitcoin. It has to do 10 times to be like gold, meaning that the value of one Bitcoin will also be multiplied 10 times. Are you following? So Bitcoin, now at 50,000, to be like gold, one Bitcoin could exceed 500,000. Then to be accepted as the digital gold, so that gold is no more really valuable in the digital world, like how a lot of things are no more valuable. That is life. That is how the world is turning to. Cassette is no more valuable. CD is no more valuable. DVD player is no more valuable. Helicopters are really no more valuable. You have drones. The world changes. Money is becoming this thing. This paper is becoming non-valuable. It's losing its value. It is. It is inflating every year. In 2020 alone, 20% of the dollars in circulation ever in this world was printed. Over $2 trillion. No wonder US is suffering. Corona. That's for another day. So that means that the value of Bitcoin, one Bitcoin, has to do 10 times. At its current price of averagely $44,000 to $50,000, it would then have to do $400,000 to $500,000 per one Bitcoin. So whatever money you've put in Bitcoin now, in the near months to years to come, 3-4 years to come, it can be 10 times more. Putting that aside, other coins do 10 times increase in a month, in 6 months, in 1 year. We will speak about that in the next episode. These reasons should be enough for you to consider investing in Bitcoin. To end, I trade and I invest in Bitcoin. I have a network of investors that I trade for. So they invest, we put it in a pool of funds, and we invest that pool of funds and share the profits among ourselves. It was close-ended, but a lot of advice and um, start the start of appeal that I'm getting, I had to bring it out. Anybody that wants to join my trade, my pool of funds, you can DM me so that you invest and I trade for you. Then we talk about the terms and conditions of that when you inbox. But I will be teaching in the next few weeks to months. I will be teaching everybody how to trade and how to invest so that when you are ready to trade yourself, you can disinvest with your profit and go and trade and make your own money. You don't need me to trade for you every day. So I'm not just teaching you I'm not just giving you fish, I'm teaching you how to fish. Do your own research. In the next episode, I'll be giving articles and sources that I strongly believe and know that if you follow, you can get enough information from. The next episode, we'll be teaching how to create wallets, cryptocurrency wallets, the trusted ones, and how to buy Bitcoin and store in the next episode. So if you are interested to invest, DM me. Please, nobody is being asked to invest. Nobody is being asked to put anything down. Please, this is not a Ponzi scheme. This is not fraud. So please, if you pick up your phone to come and tell me you want to invest, know that you are ready to invest. Don't come feeling that you are scared and this. Please, if you are scared, don't invest. Wait till the lessons for the next few weeks to months are done, then you can invest yourself because you'll definitely learn how to trade by the next 2 or 3 months to come. I'll teach you all that. But if you want to make money whilst you are learning, if you want to make money whilst you are listening, we can do that. Thank you so much. My name is Benjamin. You can call me Benspeaks. And this has been the episode 2 of trading cryptocurrency or cryptocurrency trading series with Benspeaks. Have a great day.